All right, so sometimes out here on the homestead, things break down and all of our videos can't be about being outside and so on. So one thing that we're gonna do here is it's not broke yet. However, we wanna go ahead and replace our manual PTO just because as you start to engage the PTO switch up top right over here, it sometimes takes a second or 2 seconds, a delayed reaction essentially for the mower to begin cutting. So because of that, the research that I've done says that your PTO cable could be stretched out. Again, this is a couple years old riding lawnmower. It's the Echo series. I know they came out with an additional one or a new one after this. So what we're gonna do in real time is try to see how long it takes us to replace this, and I've never ever replaced it. So let's get to it. So on earlier models, again, this is the Echo 110, but on earlier models, you can see some of them down here where the actual cable attaches in. Some of them will have a set of 2 bolts. I believe they're size 10. However, you can go ahead and unscrew those, screw them back in, and you can pull that cable a little bit tighter so you don't have to get a brand new one like I did. However, on the newer models, they went ahead and welded it. So there's no more screws to be able to adjust your tightness, all right? Probably some kind of job security there. All right, so again, safety first. We're gonna go ahead, make sure that vehicle's actually turned all the way off. From here, if I figure out the camera, I'm gonna go ahead and lift this up, all right? So what I could tell from earlier, obviously the PTO, manual PTO runs from here to there. And what happens is when you switch this over, you can see that portion move, all right? I believe we have to take this off because that portion right there has this on there, all right? So when I found out from earlier, it's easier to pull this off if you have the PTO engaged versus not engaged, hard, engaged, a little easier, all right? Put that right there so I don't lose it. All right, for this portion now, there's still tension on it, right? We can see that there is a nut and a bolt holding that on there. We want to release that tension. So since we want to release that tension, let's go ahead and come back down here and detach all of this. It's hard to do with one hand, sorry. 1 second. There we go. Again, we'll put the cotter pin up so we don't lose it. And we detach that. So, therefore, we shouldn't have too bad a time moving this now. Yep, that's what I thought. So you can see it can just sit there. All right, so what we have back here is we have 1 bolt attaching this in. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that bolt. I'm not gonna keep the camera on while you guys just watch me unscrew a nut. But I'll turn it back on after that and then we'll go from there. All right. All right, so I got that bolt out. I used a 10 millimeter along with a wrench to pull that out from up in there. All right, what I'm gonna do now is now we're gonna move that piece out. so I'm gonna go ahead, place this piece up here so I don't lose it. And what I have is I used some needle nose, or I'm gonna use some needle nose pliers, because on this one, you can see that it looks like as long as you clamp those down, you can go ahead and pull it out of the slot. Once you push it in the slot, those expand to hold it in. So let me see if I can put this right here. All right. You can kind of see up underneath of it. Pull that, there we go. All right, boom. And this came right out. All right, next portion is, it is connected right down here. We just pull that out, I believe. Let's see, how's it set up back there? I'm gonna try to pull it out. See if it's the right answer or not. Boom. All right. And now, this whole thing is detached. All right, time to put the other one in, just kind of the opposite way that we did on that one. Grab this here. Alrighty. Let's go ahead, slip that in. You could hear it almost snap in right there. What I'm gonna do now before I attach the bottom piece is, while there's no tension on it, I'm gonna grab this right here and go ahead, place it in here. And back here, found the easiest way to it. Alrighty. All right, as I'm finishing this, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it again because it's always so fun to watch something screw on in. So I'll be right back. As soon as I get that screwed in. All right, so we got that attached. Easiest thing to do is use that ratchet with the 10 on the bottom, all right, and then with a wrench on top, all right. It's tight now, and it's also in. Like I said, you can kind of see it right there. Yep. Let's see if I can zoom in here. Right there is the screw. And then once you place it on top, just slide that through the hole and up, and you're good. Okay. So before we attach this piece, because remember that was the very first thing we did, let's come down here and grab our plug out of this one right here. See if we can go ahead and remove this real quick. Go ahead, route this down here just like it was before. Place this plug back in. And then, again, like we kind of talked about in the last video, or in the video where we talked about replacing. So, we have one of the holes in there. Where is it located? Right up here. Got it in there. And then we bring this piece back. Sorry. bring this piece back, and we slide in there. Got that piece in, and then don't forget the cotter pin to hold, set everything in. Okay, so got that portion. We're gonna come up now and do this last portion. Like I said, seemed a little easier to grab it from that one end. Alrighty. Let me put this down real quick. It is replaced. Again, remember, it was easier if we put it all the way to the side, engaging the PTO to put this back on, and then done. All right, so that is the complete and total PTO, manual PTO switch out. Like I said, everything that I use for this, for that part, I'll post the actual link for it on the bottom, but I got it off of, or in the description. I got it off of Amazon though. All right, thank you for watching, and until next time.